All right. Let's add a sermon. So basically, let's step back here. You'll log in. You'll see all the pages. You go to Sermon Archive. Now, the way the podcast is set up, you'll actually be loading audio into a blog. So, let me get rid of this. Let's go through adding a sermon. This one is called Identity Crisis. Now, here's where you add an audio block. So you'll click above, audio, and then go ahead and title it the sermon again. Identity Crisis. Pastor Derek Bucket. And then you'll add an audio track and upload that. So while this is loading, this is a very important tab. You want to go in here and add the subtitle, the iTunes summary, any keywords. This here is absolutely important. So if it's going to go on the podcast, you're going to have to put the duration of the MP3. So I'm not actually sure what that is. So let me check that out real quick. Alright, duration 42 minutes 6 seconds. So let's go ahead and add that now. 42 minutes 6 seconds. We'll just add some keywords here. Separated by comma, renewal church, sermon, Puckett, Chicago. Now for the subtitle, we'll just do the church website. Summary, we'll do a sermon from Renewal Church of Chicago. We just keep it simple since you're going to be uploading a bunch. So, good. That's all the information you need to have. You can probably just keep like a text file and copy and paste into here so you won't have to rewrite it a bunch of times. And you have to have the duration or it won't upload to iTunes. So we've got title, Identity Crisis. It looks like it deleted what I put. Basically, when you upload the file, it pulls the metadata from the file and puts it in the title and author. So sometimes you have to retype that design. Yeah, you can show the download link. That's fine. And that's that for the audio block. You hit save. It's very similar to what you had before. You don't need any of this, so we'll just trash that. You can turn comments on or off. I just did off. We'll go to author, should be Renewal Chicago. We'll add a thumbnail. I made a real quick one for a podcast that feature him preaching. This will show up in iTunes. So that's going to process. That's all you need to do. Really is upload a thumbnail and change the author on this page. Don't mess with the location of the social. It's really not important. So, um, that is that. I'm going to click draft here because we need to try to post this retrospect. So let's say 15 days ago. Now what I'm doing is basically, you may not need to do this every time. I'm only going to do this for past sermons so that when they upload in iTunes on the podcast, they'll be in order. So I'm doing this just so that it falls behind the latest sermon that you guys have right now. So I'm going to do the second. And then I'm going to hit save. So this is scheduled. Forgive me. While I check this out real quick. Let me cancel. So let's see if it's on iTunes. I submitted it to iTunes Podcast. So right now people can subscribe to the podcast, but they have to do it from the site. It's not yet on iTunes. You should be getting an email from iTunes saying if they approved it or not, but I've already gone through that process. So right now I just have a raw link here just to test. Boom. So there it is. And should be able to double click. And yeah. It's working. So this will be similar to what the iTunes podcast will look like, but this way people, once uploaded or once approved by iTunes, people can search on their, Apple device or whatever and subscribe. So I did this test to see if it was updating, and it is. Let's minimize that. So that's pretty much the basis of how you do that. Again, we'll run through. You're going to put the sermon title here. You're going to click here and add an audio block. Sermon title, who was preaching that Sunday, upload the file, make sure it's MP3. Podcasting, going to put a subtitle, summary, few keywords if you want, and you have to have this episode duration. You can turn this on or off if you want for people to be able to download the file from the site, and then you save it, and then you go to options. You can add an image, a generic image, Renewal Church, or I don't think it really matters. Don't mess with the post URL. Change the author to Renewal Chicago, and save and publish. And it'll push your sermon to the iTunes podcast and to the site. So, if you have any questions, man, just hit me up. Thank you.